Welcome back guys to another video, and in this one we're going to have a look at my top pieces of gear from 2022, so stay tuned. So it is coming to the end of 2022. This video will actually be going out on Christmas Day, so I thought we would go ahead and have a look at the pieces of gear / equipment, clothing, all of those kinds of things that I've found, used, or anything like that from throughout 2022 and that I've really been impressed with. So without further ado, let's get into the first piece of gear. So the first piece of gear today that I'm going to talk about is actually probably one of my absolute favourites from this year, and it is the Raymer's Bushcraft Grants Brooks Small Forest Axe. Up until earlier this year when I got this, I was using a cheap kind of hardware store axe. It did well, but it wasn't the best. This, on the other hand, is a stunning axe. I absolutely love this. Obviously it is mass produced, so it's not as high end as some of those custom axes, but for what it is fantastic. They are pricey, but they come sharp as the dickens out of the box. They're quite easy to sharpen. They've got that standard blade profile. There's your head profile there, nice and narrow, really good for splitting. You can carve with this axe, you can fell with this axe. Small diameter felling is fine. Anything larger you might want it up to something like the Scandinavian Forest Axe. Comes with a decent sheath. It's not the best, but it certainly does the job. And the handle is just gorgeous. It's not as good as it could be, obviously, and there is plenty of people out on the internet that suggest that you refinish these handles, and I'll leave a link down below to an article from Paul Kirtley about how to refinish an axe handle. It's a process I do want to do, but I haven't yet. So this piece of gear is definitely a firm favourite from 2022. Item number 2 is a pair of binoculars. Now, this isn't overly exciting, and I wouldn't necessarily say it is one of my best pieces of gear from 2022, but it is certainly a piece of gear that I want to talk about because they are so valuable to carry. They don't necessarily provide much in terms of helping you to survive or anything like that out in the woods, but what it does do is it can increase your enjoyment of the outdoors, and it certainly helps you to focus on what you're doing a lot more. So this pair here is from Kylie Tech. No idea what that brand is or really anything about them, but for what the price of these are, I can't remember the price, but they are really good for what they are. These are very similar to the, I believe, Go Sky ones that Forster Bushcraft, another UK bushcrafter, did a video on, linked down below and up in the card in the right hand corner of the screen. Very similar to them and kind of function in the same way. This is a 12 by 42 zoom, and these are just great. What I found is I try to carry these as often as possible, and what I found with these is that they really help you to properly connect with nature. If you've got these on, anytime you see something like a bird in the distance, you just go and look at it, and that's really what bushcraft is about. So there we are, item number 2, a pair of binoculars. Now, compared to the previous 2 items, item number 3 is going to seem even more silly and mundane. But item number 3 is this. A simple folding sit mat. I cannot count the amount of times that this has saved my knees and my butt from getting cold, wet, sore, or any of the above. For how lightweight these are, how cheap these are, you can literally get these for like £1 in certain places, or you can make one yourself. These are so valuable. Kneeling down next to a fire to light it, sitting on a log, whatever it is, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm out with a backpack, this is with me. it is just so valuable. It's that valuable that I've even been known to take it on holidays with me and things like that. So yeah, super cheap, super simple, but it is definitely a firm favourite from this year. Before we're going to actually talk about something a little bit more exciting. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail of what this is today, but I will leave a link in the description and up in the cards as well to the full video I have covered on this. And what this is my small, lightweight brew kit. So basically it's a titanium pot with a Trangia spirit burner inside. And what this has really done is it's so compact, it's so lightweight, it's allowed me to have brews when I haven't been able to have a fire or have a larger stove with me. It is just a fantastic piece of kit. I am always preaching about having a brew in the woods, and that is firmly a thing that we should all be doing. So having a kit like this, and this is an all-inclusive kit. It's got a cup on the top, it's got the pot which can also be used as a cup, it's got the stove, it's got lighter, it's got all the stuff I need, windshield and all of that. It's all built in. I do not have to carry anything else. So there we are. That is item number 4. And if you want to know more details, again, look at the full video on the channel. By the way, if you're interested in checking out any of the pieces of gear or equipment that I'm mentioning in this video, make sure to check out the links in the description. Back to the video. Item number 3 is a clothing item, and it's a piece of clothing that I've talked about a lot recently, and it is this Northridge fleece jacket, zip-up hoodie jumper thingy-majig. And this has to be probably top 5 garments of the year for me. We'll talk about some other clothing items in a minute, but this is by far one of my favourite mid-layers, actually by far my favourite mid-layer of all time. It is just so versatile. I wear this all of the time, and I mean in the woods, in the hills, on the coast, day to day, you know, going to work, whatever it might be. It is just so good. It's fleecy on the inside, but it's got this slightly tighter woven fabric on the outside, which means it repels water better than something such as your standard fleece. Now, I talked about this recently in a previous video covering my kind of clothing for the outdoors. Check that out up here and in the description. But I absolutely love this garment. It's super warm. Like, I can wear this in so many different scenarios. It is just brilliant, and it packs down pretty darn small. So that is item number 5, a fantastic fleece, and it's something that I think you should definitely look into getting, this kind of fleece for your outdoor pursuits. So definitely have a look at that. Now, item number 5 here is another kind of clothing garment sort of thing, and it is my boots that I've been rocking now for maybe 6 months. These are the Scarpa Terra Gore-Tex lined leather hiking boots, and these are absolutely fantastic. They are pricey. I think they're about £170, but I never get cold feet in them. I've never had wet feet in them. They are super grippy, super comfortable. Don't get any blisters in these whatsoever. They're just fantastic. With it being the leather, you can treat them, of course, and the Gore-Tex keeps the water out. Now, I know a lot of people dislike Gore-Tex boots because they think that they don't dry, and yes, that is true. If you get the Gore-Tex membrane wet, as in if it gets wet on the inside, they are a nightmare to dry out. But I've never had an issue with getting water on the inside of my boots. So there we are, item number 6. Item number 7, another clothing garment, is going to have to be my Fjällräven Vida Pro trousers. These have been my go-to trousers now for the year. I got these last year, and these are just so darn comfortable, warm and versatile. While I don't hike in them because they're a bit bulky, for everything else they are spot on. I love the pockets, I love that you can wax them, they're super durable, and I'm going to be getting myself another pair. Again, if you want to know more about these, check out the clothing video. This is all the gear that I have brought with me to talk about today, but I want to do kind of a quick rundown of some of the other gear that I've been using this year that I've absolutely loved. So I'm just going to list them off. We'll throw some pictures up. Things like Vex Raccoon 2.1 tent has been a firm favourite. I absolutely love that. I've not used it too much, but it has been good. My Black Diamond trekking poles, they have served me super duper well. My Peter Storm down jacket, again, for the price, super good. And again, links will be in the description. Darn tough merino wool socks, best on the market in my opinion. Actually, I do have another piece of gear here, my Casio Tough Solar watch, again a firm favourite. Bahco Laplander saw, still going strong. TBS Bore bushcraft knife, again same thing. A really new piece of gear, but definitely a firm favourite, and something that's now part of my EDC is this. I do actually have it with me, the Olight i5T EOS torch. It's got 2 brightness levels, it's got a deep carry pocket clip, tail switch, runs on a AA battery. Super good, and it just lives in my pocket all the time now. So handy to have a torch with you at all times. But yeah, you know, gear isn't everything, and this video is not meant to be a brag about me having lots of gear or anything like that. It is simply me sharing my experiences from this year. And maybe you're looking at some of these pieces of gear that I've mentioned and you're trying to decide which one and whatever, you know. So it's not me trying to brag. I don't have that much gear, and this is a collection that's built up over time, but gear can make your life much simpler. So there we are. So there we are, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it's been helpful. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.